Welcome back, Tano! Today, we're unleashing the true potential of the Incarnon Nami Solo. This powerful weapon build is crafted specially to dominate level 9999. Imagine shredding through enemies with ease, leaving nothing but destruction in your wake. Are you ready to elevate your gameplay? Let's dive in and transform the way you approach combat in Warframe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more epic content. Let's get started with the speedrun.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die!
Nami Solo. I hope you enjoyed the speedrun. If you did, hit the like button. Let's go. Nami Solo. For the Incarnon Nami Solo, we're going to be running Centering Weave in the stance, Seismic Wave to increase slam damage by 200%, Blood Rush for 40% critical chance, stacks with combo multiplier, means more combo, more critical chance, Sacrificial Steel for critical chance and 2 times for the heavy attacks, Condition Overload for 80% melee damage per statue type affecting the target, meaning more statues on the target, more damage. Now, Prime Fever Strike for Toxin, as we're building the weapon for pure Toxin. I'll show you how to get the viral and the corrosive later on in the video. Killing Blow for 120% melee damage on heavy attacks and 60% heavy attack wind up speed. Gladiator Might for critical damage and 10% melee critical chance per combo multiplier. Amalgam Organ Shatter for critical damage and plus heavy attack wind up speed. Melee Crescendo is the arcane we're going to be using. On finisher kill, gain 6 initial combo for the rest of your mission, meaning every time you perform a heavy attack you will consume the 12, but they will come back all the time, so you don't permanently consume them and you don't have to refill them again. Now, if you have a Riven, alright, you want to replace Gladiator Might if it has like CCCD damage negative finisher. You want to replace, for example, Private Fever Strike if it has CCCD Toxin negative finisher, and so on and so on. Let me know in the comments below what's your Riven so I can help you place it on the Nami Solo. And now for the Incarnon Nami Solo evolution builds. Evolution 1, reach 6 combo and then heavy attack using the button on the mouse wheel to activate the Incarnon form, and then you will have your range greatly increased. Plus 3 range, 100% melee damage, 20% sprint speed, and 20% parkour velocity. Now, second evolution, we will be running Brigade's Frenzy to increase your base damage by 80 and equip 30% attack speed for 4 seconds. Evolution 3, we will be running the Swift Break for 50% heavy attack wind up speed. Now, if you want to run the others, that's for different builds. Now, for the Evolution 4, Absolute Valor to increase our critical chance by 21%. Now, the Versatile Creed for critical chance and statue chance is nice. It's not so bad, but it's up to you if you want to use it. Absolute Domination, increase base status chance by 30%. I believe Absolute Valor is best in slot here. So, the weapon doesn't have any Riven, so you can just copy the build and you're good to go. And I use Revenant as a tank, so I don't boost the weapon in any way. No Eclipse, no Zata Whisper, no Roar, no Wrathful Advance, and no Vex Fury. But if you use one of these boosters, you will receive even better results than I did, because I don't know what's your favorite Warframe. I hope that clear. Now, still charging the aura, near Anguish, near Hatred for the 200% slam. And then you got Vigorous Swap on equip, 165% damage for 3 seconds if you plan on using a primer like Epitaph or any weapon to prime with. Otherwise, you're good to go without it, unless you want to use, for example, a secondary or a primary weapon. That's a different story. Arcane Fury for 180% melee damage. I left this arcane slot empty for you to choose any arcane you want. It will not change a thing. Okay, so use Energize, use Aegis, use whatever you desire. Now, for the Helmith ability, we're going to be running Tempest Barrage, Hydroid Subsumable Helmith. What it does, it will proc Corrosive on the enemies. 10 stacks of Corrosive, that's 80% armor strip. And then, if you use the Viral Tempest, each projectile has 100% chance to inflict viral status effect. Now, if you know anything about me, I always use a method called DVS. Damage dealing, already checked on Revenant and the Nami Solo, and V stands for viral, it's checked from Viral Tempest, and S stands for strip, which is 80%. That leads us to the Archon Shards. Now, for the Archon Shards, we're going to be running 2 Emerald Archon Shards, so the stacks from the Tempest Barrage will not stop at 10. they will go to 14. And when they reach 14, enemies will be 100% armor stripped, so their damage reduction is put to minimum, so we will deal more damage to them. And I will showcase what's the difference between this and that. Now, the other Archon shards you want to run, of course, Tau Forged Violet Archon shards if you have them. If not, you can run the normal ones for 25% melee critical damage when max energy is over 500. Okay, we'll check. Done. Make sure your energy is always more than 500. If your Warframe doesn't reach the 500, it's okay. Put one energy arcane in here, Archon shard here, and you're good to go. Now let's assume you don't like my method on armor stripping enemies with the Emerald Archon shards and proccing viral with the Tempest Barrage. It's okay. I will leave you this sheet right here. You can screenshot it, download it on your PC. It will help you and guide you on how you can proc viral and armor strip the enemies. Now, maybe you will ask why, Hank, you prefer Emerald Archon shards. The answer to that is very simple. As it's very efficient, it saves me a lot of slots. For example, I don't have to use a helmet ability to armor strip, so I can use whatever I want. And it gives me also the choice to choose any focus school I want, so I don't go with Unairo to armor strip. Now, the other question would be, Hank, why do you even want to armor strip when Pablo said armor is low now, it's 2700? Now, my friend, I want to tell you that armor didn't matter in Warframe ever. Armor sucks from beginning of time. What we ever cared about is the damage reduction that comes with it. If we hover right here, reduce damage to health by 31% if I have the 135 armor. You have it, enemies has it as well. And by minimizing the armor, which will minimize the damage reduction to minimum, that's what means armor stripping, okay? We will deal more damage to the enemies. Now, of course, you will be sticking to meta weapons and you will deal a lot of damage, and stripping or not, you will be killing them and you'll be happy. But think about it, if you was doing 1 billion, if you armor strip the enemies, you will do 2 billions, and I will show you the best example right now. Now, Tenno, I will show you 4 ways to perform finishers for your melee crescendo, and I will not mention any Warframe Finisher ability because that's irrelevant, because everybody likes different Warframes. So I'll stick to common grounds, starting first with Aereo mods. Aereo Vantage, Gravity, blah blah blah. Damage enemies while aim gliding, you will put them to sleep. Enemies become unable to perform actions, are vulnerable to melee finishes. You got one in here in your Warframe, and you got one for your primary weapon. So if you're using, for example, Sedo or so on, it's good to throw it in here so you can perform those finishes without compromising your Warframe builds. That's one way, and this is how exactly you do it. So you are here, you just jump and hit this guy, and boom, he's fall asleep, and then you just you can perform a finisher on him, boom, and shkaboom. Easy as that. Boom, he's asleep, boom. That's one way. Now, the second way I will show you is really simple, is by using Bronco. Bronco have a very nice mod called the Deezing Rounds. Shots from less than 8 meters stun enemies and open them to finishers. Okay, now here how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna go to those enemies and boom, hit them, they go to sleep and stun and boom. They're not sleep exactly, but stun. Okay, here we go. Pop, pop. That's my second favorite way. And special thanks to Barbar for the Aereo, because I didn't know Aereo performing finishers and so on. So special thanks, the credit goes to Barbar, one amazing Tenno from my community. Now, the other way I'd like to use is Vazarin. Now, what Vazarin does with the Void Snare second ability, launches a projectile that spins and vortex, blah 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 blah. What happens is you will be performing a ground finishers. So we're gonna just go to them, use operator, second ability, you see them, and then you press X, and that's ground finishers, my friend. Easy as that. Now, not only that, now you can perform finishers as well using Naramon. There you go. Why Naramon? As Naramon has a sling stun. Second ability increases with an enemy's void sling by 200%, and enemies hit are vulnerable to finishers, taking 30% more finisher damage. Because a lot of Thanos asking me, Hank, I used Naramon, you told me to use Naramon, but it didn't work because you didn't use the second ability. So second ability active, you see, it's okay, and boom, now they're open for finishers. Simple as that. How easy is that? 4 methods. Think about it as a small gift finisher guide for you, my Thanos. Alright, let's cook. First thing first, DVS, damage, viral, strip. Let me show you. Jumping in the air, I have 12 combo multipliers and shkaboom, 1,400,000 and so on and so on and so on, but that's not what we're here for. Let me do it one more time, so you get the point here, and shkabim, 1,800,000, wow, that's not good, not good. Okay, so here what you're gonna do. a viral to make them vulnerable to their HP with 325% damage, and then stripping them with putting their damage reduction to minimum. And what's the results? Hey, let's go. 50 million. You see how much we increase? 50 times more damage we dealing. 50 times, and I'm just like putting viral and like corrosive on there. I'm not doing anything crazy or boosting the damage. 78 million and so on and so on and so on. You get the point here. DBS. Now, let's assume that I want to boost the weapon damage, for example. So I'll be using my Panzer profile up for viral. I'll be using Arcane Arachne latching to walls for 150%. I'll hold my Eclipse for 626 Solar Eclipse. Holding Wrathful Advance for the critical chance. Priming those enemies. Let's hope they can survive. I don't think they can survive this. Jumping in the air. Oh, boom. 442 million and so on and so on. I mean, if they had more HP and they had like a higher level and so on, I'm sure I can deal more damage to them. As you can see, 370 million and so on, and it will scale even further when the enemies get stronger because you can put more statues on them. Hope you get the idea here. So Tano, in the end, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, hit the likes, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, join our Discord link on the description, and let me know in the comments below. I am so excited to read your feedbacks about this video. Special thanks to all my community and everybody contributed to supporting this community and helping me building the channel. Big love to you all, and I'll see you next time.
I am not a king, I am not a god, I am Hunkpain!